Let's play.
"45-year-old female, ped struck at high speed, responsive but unstable.
Vital signs.
BP 85/60, heart rate 120, respiratory rate 30.
Prepare for decompression of pneumothorax right away.
1, 2, 3.
Stat abdominal and neck CT scan.
I can't access our system for some reason.
Send in manual order. Now! Pressure's falling. She stopped breathing.
What the hell is this? My computer is frozen up. Where's IT? Call them now.
Can anyone tell me what's going on with our computer system right now?
Scarlet is down. We can't access any files.
Mark, all computers, all tablets are just not working. You have to help us. I don't know what's going on here.
Hi.
Mark, I need you here right now.
Stand there. Don't you see what is happening here? We have tons of patients.
Wait, what?
Because the system
Do you have
is not
any idea what this
do
means
your
for us?
job and let us do ours.
People are dying here and we can't even place a simple order.
You are supposed to be responsible
Do
for
something
Don't
security.
just stand there. Don't you see
People
what is
are dying
happening
here.
up there?
We can't
We have
even
tons of patients. Stand there. Do you see what is going on here?
Now, right
Don't you see what's going on here?
People are dying here.
Do something.
When every second is a matter of life and death, this is not just a problem, it's a catastrophe. While the hospital staff were dealing with victims of a multi-vehicle accident, the hospital was hit by ransomware. The chaos that overcame the clinic has put patients' lives at risk. Mark is the hospital CISO. He was hired to prevent such attacks. Unfortunately, he made the wrong calls and failed. The only way to help him now is to go back in time and have Mark make the right decisions. It's all on you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, good luck.
Get this out of here.
Hey Mark, good to see you. David, meet Mark Jefferson, our new CISO. This is David, our ops manager.
Welcome to Golden Oaks. How's the first day?
Not bad at all. It's a pretty big clinic you got here. Almost got lost in the corridors.
Happens to everyone. Anyway, you came at the right time. We were just talking about possible improvements to the network. We'd love to hear your opinion.
Gladly. I'd like to go through the architecture schematics first.
As you see, we have a fully virtualized data center set up for a failover with a hot standby and a few cloud solutions for our lab analytics and home healthcare products.
And what kind of security are you running?
Standard model, strong perimeter, DMZ, content filtering, that kind of stuff. Of course, we have AV on the endpoints, but we had to remove some of the security from the virtual and cloud environments because of the overhead. I do know that there's a black hole as far as mobile devices go, though.
And what do you think, Mark?
Well, I appreciate what you do here, David, but frankly, I see some room for improvement.
Do you have anything specific in mind?
Actually, I do. I appreciate your effort, David. And although I'm suggesting enhancing our security, I think we should use the infrastructure as the foundation for it. It's pretty solid in my opinion.
Thanks. I'm open to your suggestions.
I'm glad to hear that. I have an idea that'll almost have immediate impact on our security, but there is a catch. We'll need to expedite spending of the next quarter's budget now.
I'm ready to consider it if the costs are reasonable.
Okay, here's what I think. We need something versatile that covers our basic security needs, but at the same time has minimal impact on performance. We should invest in something that gives us central management for all security and also works across all our virtual and cloud servers.
Do you have any specifics?
There are a couple on the market right now. I'll find the best cost-benefit ratio and make a proposal.
Sounds good. Let's make it happen.
Hello?
Hi Mark, Logan. Sorry to bother you so early.
It's okay, I'm already up. What's going on?
I've just got word that we're in breach of compliance.
And an investigation's being kicked off.
What kind of data are we talking about?
I'm forwarding it to you right now. Looks like patient's clinical data. It talks about a registered complaint that former patients have received unsolicited sales approaches. The complaint refers to a third party that tried to sell medical treatments for a very specific condition.
And we didn't have many patients that suffered from it. In the past 2 years, we only had one.
Around half a year ago.
How do you want to handle this?
We'll need to take on our own inquiry, of course, to prepare documentation the investigators might require. I want you to meet with Ops and find out how that data leaked, and make sure there are no more compliance issues.
Okay. I'll be there in 15 minutes.
Can you email me the record and the latest test results on this new patient? What's his name? Gosh. He suffers from intermittent cramping pain and diarrhea.
Mr. Garcia, room 1501?
Yeah, exactly. That's the one. Just send it to my personal email and I'll look at the records when I get home.
Oh, Dr. Allen, are you working from home again? Don't you have any social life?
No, I don't have time for that, unfortunately. Thanks.
Excuse me. I'm Mark Jefferson.
I'm Mia Samea. I know who you are. You're the cybersecurity guy.
Oh, yeah, that's me. Can I ask you something?
Sure.
What was that all about?
What?
I overheard your conversation. Since it was email related, it's kind of in my ballpark.
Oh, Dr. Allen works a lot from home. I send him patients' data whenever he requests it.
Does he use his personal email address for work-related communications?
Yeah, we all do it. Sometimes it's just easier for all of us.
Thank you for the chat. That was really helpful.
See you around, Mr. Jefferson.
Now you take care.
Oh, hey Mark. What's up? You want a cookie?
No thanks. Listen, we have a situation. I just got word the authorities have launched an investigation into the hospital's patient health data compliance.
That's unexpected.
Not really, when you know how security policies have been ignored in the clinic. Anyway, we have to do something about it. There is a possible breach we have to take care of, so make sure the whole infrastructure is compliant.
Can we do both?
That's the problem.
How do you want to proceed?
With the upcoming investigation, we have to make sure our network is more compliant. Let's focus on that.
I agree, but what about the breach?
What's done is done. But we have to prioritize. In my opinion, making our network compliant is more critical right now. When that's done, we can look for the breach.
Well, all right. Any ideas?
I don't think any tech solution will fix our problems totally. It's obvious that something is not working with the implementation of security policies and procedures in our hospital.
I think we are all aware of how IT security works.
David, I don't mean you or your guys. I'm talking about regular staff. I'm talking about doctors, nurses, janitors even. Before I came here, I overheard a doctor ask a nurse to send him confidential patient data to his private email. I talked to the nurse about it, and it seems this is standard practice here. I think there is a lot of work to be done here.
So what do you want to do about it?
We're basically an open book where anyone can stroll in and use our network however they want. We have to put a stop to that. So until we make sure everybody abides by the rules, I suggest we cut outside internet access entirely.
Whoa, that sounds extreme.
I don't see any other option.
I understand what you're saying, but isn't it a bit much? I mean, staff need external access to work. We can't just pretend there's nothing out there.
Okay, let's whitelist some necessary sites and services and give them access to that. But that's it. We can't take any additional risk right now.
Okay, it's your call.
Thanks.
All personnel, please report to ER. We have incoming wounded from a highway collision, at least 10 injured. ETA, 5 minutes.
David,
I got this very strange email, something about an urgent.
I got it too.
Darn, it looks like a targeted attack.
Did you get any other reports? Did they send it to our entire network or just selected users?
We didn't receive any reports.
Keep monitoring internal traffic and lateral movement. I'm on my way. I'll be right there.
Prepare for decompression of pneumothorax right away.
I can't access our system for some reason.
Send in manual order. Now! Pressure's falling, she's stopped breathing.
My computer is frozen up. Damn it!
Can anyone tell me what's going on with our computer system right now?
Mark, all computers, all tablets are just not working. You have to help us. I don't know what's going on here. Mark, don't just stand there. Don't you see what is happening here? We have tons of patients we can't help because the system is not working. Do your job and let us
People are dying here and we can't even place a simple order.
Don't just stand there. Don't you see
People
what is
are dying
happening
here
here?
and we can't even place a
Don't
simple
just
order.
stand there. Do you see what is going on here?
Now, right
Don't
now.
you see what's going on here?
People are dying here.
This is not good. On the one hand, you managed to secure the breach and the leak of thousands of confidential patient data. But you failed to stop the ransomware attack from crippling hospital operations and you put patient lives at risk. Now, let's have a look at the decisions that you made.
Oh man.
We'll need to expedite spending of the next quarter's budget now. We need something versatile that covers our basic security needs but at the same time has minimal impact on performance.
Having realized that some basic security measures were not in place in the data center you inherited, you decided to scour the market for an integrated solution that offered central management and visibility for all your different server infrastructure. A quick win to resolve a pressing issue.
Thank you for the chat. You've been very helpful. I suggest we cut outside internet access entirely.
You could have been onto a winner here, but you made some bad decisions. You invested in some powerful technology but failed to engage with colleagues to understand the true extent of the security failings. Not only that, but rather than using the solutions you had invested in, you chose to isolate the network as a quick fix. You should probably go back and try again.
Oh, shoot.
A 45-year-old female, ped struck at high speed, responsive but unstable.
Vital signs.
Okay, good luck.
appreciate your effort, David. And although I'm suggesting
No, definitely have better network infrastructure.
well, we need something versatile. So what do you do here?
I'm responsible for making sure that nursing care is delivered safely and that patients on the unit receive adequate care when I'm assigned for the shift.
You're kind of a shift supervisor.
Yeah, exactly.
What kind of data do you have access to?
Pretty much everything related to patients.
What was that all about?
What?
I overheard your conversation. Since it was email related, it's kind of in my ballpark. What kind of data are you sending him?
Well, usually information about his patients, like test results.
Full patient records with names and addresses and other patient information?
Sometimes the doctor needs to keep track of his patients, otherwise he'd just get lost in a pile of documents and emails.
Thank you for the chat. That was really helpful.
See you around, Mr. Jefferson.
Now you take care. The most important thing we have to do is make sure the breach gets closed and stays closed. Let's focus solely on that.
What about the compliance investigation? If we focus on finding and securing the breach, we might not have time for anything else.
Yes, I'm aware of that, but this is the clear and present danger. We should deal with it first.
All right. Any ideas?
Look, I think we need to schedule a network-wide patching operation. This way we can cover any vulnerabilities that we might have.
Easy for you to say. I think it's going to have a tremendous impact on performance. It's hard even to predict what might go wrong, but the downtimes themselves for deployment, not to mention testing and QA. I mean, the whole clinic will be severely impacted for hours, if not a day.
Look, I know it's not perfect, but we don't have any other choice.
Yeah, I know.
There's just one more thing. Before I came here, I overheard a doctor asking a nurse to send confidential patient data to his private email account. I talked to the nurse about it, and it seems this is standard practice here. I think there is a lot of work to be done here.
So what do you want to do about it?
We're basically...
All personnel, please report to ER. We have incoming wounded from a highway collision, at least...
Prepare for decompression of pneumothorax right away.
We'll need to expedite spending of the next quarter's budget now. We need something versatile that covers our basic security needs, but at the same time has minimal impact on performance.
Having realized that some basic security measures were not in place in the data center you inherited, you decided to scour the market for an integrated solution that offered central management and visibility for all your different server infrastructure. A quick win to resolve a pressing issue.
Look, I think we need to schedule a network-wide patching operation. That's the easiest way to secure any vulnerability that we might have.
Taking care of getting patches and updates installed is of course important, but it's also time-consuming. You knew at the beginning the potential disaster that awaited you, and unfortunately you simply ran out of time. You were not able to identify, test, and deploy the required patches rapidly enough to avert disaster.
Thank you for the chat. You've been very helpful. I suggest we cut our site internet access entirely.
You could have been onto a winner here, but you made some bad decisions. You invested in some powerful technology but failed to engage with colleagues to understand the true extent of the security failings. Not only that, but rather than using the solutions you had invested in, you chose to isolate the network as a quick fix. You should probably go back and try again.
Yeah. Let's do it one more time.
45-year-old female, ped struck at...
Partake.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate your effort. Well, what was that all about? What kind of data are you sending him? Is that standard practice in this clinic?
What?
Sending patients' data to doctors and their personal email addresses.
I wouldn't say it's a standard, but a lot of the doctors ask us to do it.
So Dr. Allen isn't the only one who uses his personal email address for work stuff and keeps patients' medical data on his personal device.
No, it happens quite often.
I get the impression that throughout your years here, no one has actually taken the time to train the staff on IT security issues. Have you ever had an IT security training at all?
Not as far as I can remember. There is this policy that they make everybody sign when they're hired.
Do you by any chance remember the details of this policy?
No, it's a long time ago.
Thank you for the chat. That was really helpful. Just today, I overheard a doctor asking a nurse to send confidential patient data to his private email account. I think this is the source of the breach.
Really? I don't think it's that simple.
Well, if it's common practice in the clinic, and everything indicates that it is, it's not only breaking compliance and security policy, but it's also compromising our data security.
I'm not convinced. You know, the most common ways for data breach is through lost or stolen devices. This would have to be a targeted theft or blind luck. What do you think?
I don't know, David. What should I do?
Look, I'm not saying that what you're describing is not happening. I'm just not convinced it's a huge issue compared to direct attacks on our network. But we already have a solution. We have deep security.
Oh, that's right. We could take care of a couple of our problems with that. It's perfect. Thanks for reminding me. So then set it up. If you need to expand functionality, just get a quote. I'll take care of the purchase order.
All personnel, please report to ER. We have incoming wounded from a highway collision, at least 10 injured. ETA, 5 minutes.
David,
Mark,
I got this very strange email.
Prepare for decompression of pneumothorax right away.
Ransomware attack from crippling hospital operator, but you failed to and the leak of thousands of confidential patient data. But you failed to stop the ransomware attack from crippling hospital operations, and you put patient lives at risk. Now, let's have a look at the decisions that you made.
We'll need to expedite spending of the next quarter's...
I don't know, David. What should I do?
But we already have a solution. We have deep security.
So let's extend our functionality to the cloud.
Since you established a cooperative relationship with Ops at the beginning, they gave you a big helping hand here and suggested that you extend your deep security solution, allowing you to automatically discover and shield the vulnerabilities in your data center. And unfortunately, you simply ran out of time. Maybe you want to go back and try it again.
"45-year-old female, ped..."
I'm ready.
Okay, good luck.
I appreciate your effort, David. I believe the simplest idea is best. We should invest in some extra infrastructure. It's tough to secure the cloud stuff, so I want to build a secure perimeter around it. The old castle logic. Build up the walls and make it difficult to break in.
Sounds good. Let's make it happen.
What was that all about? What kind of data? Is that standard practice? I get the... Thank you for the chat. That was really helpful.
Very helpful.
Open source. Let's find some new, sexy open source solution we can leverage.
We'd have to have dozens of different solutions working together. It's a nightmare.
Now we can choose different set of tools for different needs. I don't see any other option when you take our budget into account.
Mark, if we add more software to configure and monitor, we might just not notice something. It's kind of overwhelming as it is. Plus, it won't work in the cloud environment.
Now, why is that?
It's just not architected for the cloud. Resource contention, driver issues. Trust me, you have to come up with something else.
Look, I think it's a serious issue and we need to make sure something like this doesn't happen again. We need to scan all outgoing traffic for signs of sensitive content. This calls for a specialized DLP suite.
Yeah, but the DLP suites are expensive, and there's a whole lot of data identification and classification to do up front. Why don't you prefer the integrated option?
In my opinion, if a solution does everything, then it does nothing. Look, don't worry about the cost. Send me a list of possible solutions, okay? Thanks.
All personnel, please report.
Prepare for decompression of pneumothorax right away.
I can't access our system for some reason.
Failed to secure the breach and the leak of thousands of confidential patient data, and the hospital will have to face the consequences. You also failed to stop the ransomware attack from crippling hospital operations and put patient lives at risk. We'd better have a look at the decisions that you made.
Oh my.
We'll need to expedite spending of the next quarter's budget now. We should invest in some extra infrastructure.
In your conversation with your colleagues, it should have been apparent that the problem was not an insecure perimeter, but a lack of security on individual servers. Building up your perimeter has consumed some of your budget, but without any measurable improvement in security.
Look, I think we need to schedule a network-wide patching operation. That's the easiest way to secure any vulnerability that we might have.
Taking care of getting patches and updates installed is of course important, but it's also time-consuming.
Have you ever had an IT security training?
Hmm. 45-year-old female.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
I appreciate your effort. Two words: open source.
Isn't it a bit risky? What are we going to do about support contracts, for example?
Nowadays, open source options are viable alternatives to big brand solutions, and they're way cheaper. We can choose a different set of tools for our different needs, and if we have to, we can upgrade support.
Sounds good. Let's make it happen.
What kind of is that? I get the. Thank you for the chat. That was really helpful.
Yeah.
We are basically an open book.
All personnel, please report to
Prepare for decompression of...
Failed to secure the breach and the leak of thousands of confidential patient data, and the hospital will have to